Tuesday, February 7th, 2017. I'd like to call the Fitchburg City Council to order. Councilor Beazall, would you please lead us in the salute to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, could you please conduct the roll call?
President Kushmarek.
Present.
Councilor Bean.
Present.
Councilor Boschman.
Here.
Councilor Beazall.
Present.
Councilor Clark.
Here.
Councilor Di Natale.
Here.
Councilor Donnelly.
Here.
Councilor Green.
Here.
Councilor Joseph.
Here.
Councilor Caddy. Councilor Tran.
Here.
Public forum. Anyone wishing to speak on any matter on the agenda may do so for not more than 2 minutes. If you're addressing public hearing petitions, you'll have an opportunity to speak at that time. Please approach the center table and identify yourself by name and address for the record and the item number of the agenda to which you are addressing. If anyone wishes to speak at this time. Mr. Jopla, good evening.
Good evening, Council President, councilors. I'm here before you tonight for 3 orders, numbers 24, 25-17. These are for statements of interest to be submitted to the MSBA. Tonight I request for a suspension of the rules as I was unable to get these to you earlier last month. The statements of interest, the proposed projects are detailed in the letter dated January 19th to you. In summary, for the South Street School, it would cover the south wing boiler and the west wing roof, and then there would be some gutter work done as well. The Goodrich School roof, and at Longshow Middle School, the roof, the windows, and the boilers.
Motion for suspension of the rule on 23, 24, 25-17.
Second.
I have a motion and second for suspension of the rules on 23, 24, and 25-17. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is before you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second to approve 23, 24, and 25-17. Speaking to the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak at this time? Commissioner Laxo.
I'm Lenny Laxo, Commissioner of Public Works, and I'd like to speak about order number 22-17, requesting another $250,000 in snow and ice funds. We've already exhausted what we have in the account, and the meter is still running tonight, and we have another big storm coming Thursday, it sounds like, so I'd like to ask for suspension of the rules if we could.
Move for suspension on 22-17.
Second.
I have a motion and second for suspension of the rules on 22-17. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is before you.
Move 22-17 be granted.
Second.
I have a motion and second to grant 22-17. Speaking to the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
That's the good work, Ernie.
Throwing money on.
Does anyone else wish to speak at this time? All right, hearing none. If there are no objections, we'll now hear an oral report from the Appointments Committee. Councilor Bean.
President, Appointments Committee met tonight, and we had 3 matters before us. First one was trustee of the Public Burial Grounds, Nancy Maynard. Second was the Human Rights Commission, was April Maldonado. And the last one was reappointment to Cynthia Jones to the trustee of the Fitchburg Public Library.
Move the Appointments Committee report be accepted and the appointments confirmed.
Second.
I have a motion and second to accept the Appointments Committee oral report. Speaking to the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. I'd like to, at this time, recognize Nancy Maynard, who braved the weathers today to come out for the appointment. So thank you so much for your service to the city. Thank you. I'll hear a report from the Committee on Records. Councilor Donnelly.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've reviewed the records, and they appear to be in order.
Move the Committee on Records report be accepted.
Second.
I have a motion and second to accept the Committee on Records report. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Motion carries. Communications from His Honor the Mayor. Appointment letters. We have 4 of them this evening. Retired Deputy Chief Paul Bazikas as Special Police Officer. Communication 2, Ms. Laura O'Kane as a member of the Planning Board, effective immediately for a term of 1 month. Communication 3, Ms. Laura O'Kane is a member of the Planning Board to fill the seat of Ms. Kristen Sweeney for a term to expire January 1st, 2020. Communication 4, Mr. Eldred Wright as a permanent reserve police officer.
Appointments.
Communications and reports from department heads. One communication from Calvin Brooks, City
Move the
Treasurer.
communications be placed on file with the city clerk.
Second.
I have a motion and second to send communications to the city clerk's office to be placed on file. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? It's unanimous. City Property Committee, Counselor Joseph.
City Property Committee met this evening at 6:15. We had 4 items on the agenda. 28116, Chief Kevin Roy, Fire Department, to request approval for disposal of surplus property. Former Water Street Fire Station was approved 5-0. 28216, AJ Terigny, Chief of Staff, to the Mayor to provide the listed objects and documents for indefinite long-term loan to the Fitchburg Historical Society by the City of Fitchburg. That one petition was approved 5-0. 1117, Chief Ernest Martineau, Fitchburg Police Department, to declare listed equipment as surplus to the needs of the City of Fitchburg and to be scrapped, except for in the case of the 4th vehicle listed to be donated to Monty Tech, as explained in the petition. That was approved 5-0. And 20715, Kenneth J. Mattson, President Mattson Home, Inc., to accept Downey Circle located within the Parker Hill subdivision as a public way. As far as the City Property Committee is concerned, that petition was approved 5-0.
Move the city property committee report be accepted.
Second.
I have a motion and second to accept the City Property Committee report. Speaking to the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That is unanimous. Finance Committee, Counselor Di Natale.
Finance met last Tuesday and took up the following. 28616, the City of Fitchburg approves the expenditure not to exceed $19,935 from Cemetery Perpetual Care for the purchase and installation of galvanized black chain link fencing at the Forest Hill Cemetery. That was adopted. 28716, an order there be and hereby is appropriated the sum of $300,000, same to be credited to other post-employment benefits trust fund and charge against available funds. That was adopted. And 10-17, there be and hereby is appropriated the sum of $50,000, same to be credited to DPW highway general expenses, right-of-way takings, and charged against available funds. That was adopted.
Motion to accept the Finance Committee report.
Second.
I have a motion and second to accept the Finance Committee report. Speaking to the motion, Counselor Boishman.
I'd like to approve 286-16. I'd like to ask a question on that.
Would you like
It's not that I'm against it, but I just want to ask a question.
Now would be your opportunity if you'd like to.
Oh, okay. On 286-16, I'd like to know why we're putting a chain link fence up. Why don't we raise the barrier and use something decorative up there, nicer? I mean, it's high-traffic road. A lot of people use it, especially when they're walking, and we're going to use a chain link fence on that cemetery on that side by Memorial Junior High, all in that area. I mean,
No, it's over here.
you know.
Counselor Boishman, it was discussed in relatively good detail at the Finance Committee meeting. Counselor Di Natale, does your recollection
It was
recall
it's an order continuing the fencing that's already existing around the cemetery. So there is fencing from where Cumberland Farms is. There's no fence from there going down Electric Ave on the walking path because of what they did over there, clearing
Right.
out everything. So there's sand over there. So they want to fence that off, and they want to continue fencing around the Mount Elam Rollstone Road area up to the house where the workers are.
Right.
Because there's already fencing along Rollstone Road all the way up to Cumberland. So this is just a continuation of the 2 open spots because that already has chain link fencing. So they just wanted to continue that look and barrier that they've already have constructed for the rest of the cemetery.
I don't know. I'm not trying to drag this on. I'm going to vote for it, but, you know, we just a high-traffic area, and we should be making it nice appearance-wise. If you go down to a Twin City, sister neighborhood over down there in Leominster, and you should see what they took the whole chain link fence on, and they put a nice new fence up, really pretty. It's got a lot of class, and it makes you feel like you're better than what we are. We're using
a chain link fence where we can be using something a little bit better and it lasts us a long, long time. I mean, I'm not out to spend a lot of money here, but everybody's always telling me, why don't we try to raise the barrier? Well, let's raise the barrier. I mean, especially when you got a high traffic count area and you got a cemetery that everybody sees, why not have a nice fence? I don't know what they call them, those
Wrought iron.
Not wrought iron, that's wicked expensive, but you know what I mean. But, you know, that's all. I'm not trying to argue, and I'm sorry for being at that meeting late. I get the times mixed up, but I would have raised it then.
And Counselor, I did ask you your point. I asked the commission it would be nice as they move forward and as they develop kind of long-term plans and really start to undertake what does this look like over the next 5 years, if they could come in and maybe give us a presentation on long-term what they're thinking. So maybe there's some greater input before it comes to an order being in front of us. So I have a motion and second to accept the Finance Committee report. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Public Safety Committee, Councilor Green.
Yes, thank you. So we met tonight for Public Safety regarding petition 018-17. Mr. Jonathan Perez and Mr. Stephen Noguera doing business as A&A Auto Sales, 236 Lunenburg Street, Fitchburg, Mass., to petition for a Class II dealer's license. That was granted 4-0.
Motion to accept the Public Safety Committee's report.
Second.
I have a motion and second to accept the Public Safety Committee report. Speaking to the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Orders, Finance, 2017.
Move 2017 and 2117 be sent to Finance.
Second.
I have a motion and second to send 20 and 2117 to Finance Committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Petitions.
Motion to send 2617 to a public hearing on February 21st.
Second.
I have a motion and second to send 2617 to a public hearing on February 21st, 2017. Speaking to the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? It is unanimous.
Motion to send 2717 to its respective committee.
Second.
I have a motion and second to send 2717 to its respective committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
I have an announcement from Councilor Beazall.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate the New England Patriots once again for their victory on Sunday. I've watched it 3 times, and each time they've won. So it was a tremendous victory, and when I was younger, I thought I'd never see 5. I never thought I'd see 1, but
Councilor, you should watch the games more often. It's,
It happens, right.
I have a motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, Council.
I'm not feeling bad. My cold's doing fine. Doing fine right now. Yeah, it's coming right back.
Everybody in City Hall.